Okay, guys, on Monday, we started reading this book, Carson Chooses Forgiveness. We read the first couple of pages and we figured out who the characters were: Carson, Daniel, his teammates, Coach Tony, and Coach Lauren. The setting was the gym or the basketball court, and the problem was that Daniel is not being a team player. It's a problem. We have a sad face. That's not very nice that Daniel's not being a team player. So we're going to figure out the solution to our problem and the lesson learned whenever we finish our book today. So let me refresh your brains on what we read. So Carson was not super excited to go to basketball practice because Daniel was the star of the team and he knew it. Coach Tony and Coach Lauren assigned partners for a drill, and Carson and Daniel were told to be partners, but Daniel ignored him and then said that he ignored Carson and shot the ball because Daniel never misses, but Carson hasn't made a shot in forever. Well, that wasn't very nice, was it? So Coach Tony told Daniel that he was supposed to encourage his teammates. Okay, and this is where we stopped. All right then, Coach Lauren said, line up for layup drills. Daniel dashed off to be first in line. The next day before their game against Grantville Elementary, everyone was still unhappy with Daniel. How can I get better if I never get the chance to shoot? Complained Carson. If he doesn't want to be a part of the team, then let's show him what it's like, Austin said, and everyone nodded. Austin won the tip-off, and Kiko charged down the court with the ball, closely followed by a Grantville player. Across the court, Daniel waved his arms. Kiko looked the other direction to Vanessa. I'm open, shouted Daniel, but Kiko tried passing the ball to Vanessa. Kiko's pass was intercepted by the defending Grantville player. I could have made the shot, demanded Daniel, but Kiko ignored him as she followed Jalen and Jason after the ball. Again and again, Trentwood players chose to pass to guarded teammates or try wild shots rather than pass to Daniel. Good, thought Carson. Now he'll know what it feels like. But as the other team's score climbed higher and higher, he felt less and less satisfied. At halftime, they were behind 24 points. Who wants to tell us what's going on? Said Coach Tony. Several of the players shot looks at Daniel. Daniel? Asked Coach Lauren. Daniel looked up, his face red. I don't know. Why will no one pass to me? You said you didn't need any help to win, said Kiko. Coach Lauren held up a hand. When you have a problem with a teammate, instead of trying to get back at them, be honest about how you're feeling and give them a chance to make it right. Or ask your coaches to help you work it out, added Coach Tony. Daniel, Coach Tony said gently, do you see how your attitude hurt the team? Daniel nodded, looking down. I'm sorry, I wasn't a better teammate, he said with a small voice. Coach Lauren looked around. Anger will weaken the whole team, and it won't make anything better. The only way to move on from your anger is to forgive each other. Carson thought about how unhappy they'd been. Standing, he turned to Daniel. I forgive you and I'm sorry. Being angry was just as bad for the team as showing off. He held out a hand to Daniel, who shook it. Carson's right. We can all be better teammates, said Maria, and she high-fived Daniel. The rest of the team nodded. That's more like it, said Coach Tony. Now let's see what a united team can do with the second half. Yeah, shouted the players, and they started from the court. Hey, Carson, Daniel said. That jump shot looked pretty good. Want to try it again? Get open and I'll get the ball to you. Carson grinned. Sounds good. The boys high-fived and ran to join their team. The end. Okay, let's look back at our problem that Daniel was not being a team player. So now we need a solution. What did our author say in our book about the solution? What was the solution to Daniel not being a team player? I want you to think about it. Okay, so I've learned that the solution to the problem was that Daniel learned to be a better teammate. Do you agree? Do you think that he learned to be a better teammate? I think so. And that all teammates learn to talk about their problems and forgive. Did it help the problem whenever they did the same thing that Daniel did? No, it just made it worse. Their team started to lose. So all teammates learn to talk about their problems and forgive. So now I want us to look at the lesson learned. What did we learn from this story? Think about the solution to the problem and what that might have taught us. Think about what was the lesson learned. Okay, so our lesson learned is that the team learned to talk through problems. Do you think that happened again after they learned from their problem and solution? No, because they learned a good lesson. You should talk through your problems. And my next thing is my favorite quote. Teamwork makes the dream work.